In case you're new here, I'm Ellie and this is Lou. 4 years ago, we purchased an abandoned homestead property in North Idaho and have been building an off-grid cabin ever since. Then, in July of 2024, we purchased a home on acreage also in North Idaho and have moved out there in hopes of creating a self-sufficient farm and homestead. Make sure to subscribe and follow along on our journey. We haven't filmed for a few days since getting back from our road trip to the west coast. Been really busy. Of course, not busy with like stuff for the homestead, of course. The next big task is to get our fencing done, and we're not very far. We have 2 posts in, and that's about it. So we gotta finish that, and then we gotta prep this place so we can move the horse out here and get everything started with that. But of course, can't move the horse out here until the horse trailer's ready, and the horse trailer had a bunch of stuff in it from our move, but I think we've got it all out. So now there's a couple of the big items we need to move using the horse trailer, and that's like the biggest trailer we own that can haul things in. So we got to move some things using the horse trailer, then finish the fence, then move the horse out here, then get some hay out here, because we're gonna store hay in the horse trailer over the winter. So once we get the hay, horse trailer's not going anywhere. Our front yard is currently looking like a yard sale. It's not a yard sale. We just have a lot of stuff that we're still trying to find space for in the shop. The good news is the horse trailer is empty. So that was the first big step, is to get this thing cleared out. Where Luke put all the stuff, I don't know. Also, I would just like to point out, we have fresh water for all our animals. You know, multiple places we have fresh water for them. What's their favorite thing to drink out of? This little puddle right here of dirty, filthy water is their favorite thing to drink out of every time. Case in point. Really, you're gonna drink out of that? Alright. So I'm sitting out in front of my garden beds right now that don't have any plants in them. We just didn't get around to it this year. Can you hear the train? So when we moved into the house, we moved under the property in July, I think. And it was really hot. Like, just so hot we couldn't do anything outside. And the priority was to get moved and to get our house in Coeur d'Alene rented out, and just kind of adjust to our new reality, which was like commuting and, you know, dealing with traffic again and just all of that. So when we moved, the garden just didn't happen. Like, we didn't even clear the weeds out of the garden beds until like a couple months into living here. So as a result, obviously, then we didn't plant a garden. So we don't really have anything to harvest this year. So I've been lucky to have some friends and family that have big gardens, so I've gotten some fresh vegetables from them. But it kind of got me thinking, like, did I make a mistake not planting a garden? So yeah, gardens are a lot of work, but they get a lot of reward. And especially at a time like now when grocery store prices are so high. I'm just hoping we didn't make a mistake in not doing a garden this year. So the good news is we do have that greenhouse that has been cleaned out. And so if I want to start things earlier, like I know a lot of heirloom things need a longer growing season than what we have in North Idaho. So I can use that. If I want to do some stuff in the house over the winter, you know, like herbs, I can do that. So I think it'll be okay. But I'm kind of just sitting here like, maybe I should have made this a priority when I didn't. I've never been a big gardener anyways. I grew up gardening. Actually, that was my job in college. I worked for grounds crew in college, but we also did like grew a lot of plants for the campus. So like I have the experience in it. It's just been a really long time since I've done it seriously. And it's just, at the time, it didn't seem like it should have been a priority, but now maybe it should have been. So yeah, hopefully my garden beds are salvageable. They were just like left overgrown, and then we pulled the weeds, and then now my cats are pooping in them. So if anyone has any good remedies for deterring barn cats from shitting in your raised beds, please let me know, because they have a nice litter box that they were using for the longest time, and now they've just decided they like the great outdoors better. It's so gross. They're the grossest animals I've ever owned, is these 2 cats. Anyways, that's just been my random rant of the evening, my ponderings of the evening. It would have been nice to have a garden this year. I don't think it was a mistake that we didn't do one. And even if it was, oh well, it's too late now. So just prepare for next year. Just as it gets colder and I'm not able to get outside and get as much exercise, we have our e-bikes, but in the winter they're not as fun to ride. So I've been using this bike from Yeasel. So I've just been jumping on this periodically, and they do have an app and you can pay for your workouts, but there's also a lot of free workouts as well. The G1M Plus model does come with an attached screen and it gives you a workout summary, or you can cast your phone screen directly to it. And so you can watch the workouts on there. You can watch Netflix, you can watch, anything you want as long as it's on your phone. And then it's got things like an adjustable seat, adjustable handbars, and then you can increase the resistance. So if you want to go a little harder one day, you can, but if you want to take it easy, you can also do that as well. If you're really interested in one of these bikes, you can use code NOMADS100 for a special discount at checkout. Check it out.
All right, working on fence today. We are readjusting the shape of our pasture. They had originally kind of a triangular shape. We're doing more of a square. We want to get some of this treed area inside the pasture for some coverage for the winter for the horse poo. So we're taking out the silver round posts. We're going to relocate them to somewhere back in here into the trees, probably another 50-75 feet back. There's just going to be a straight line across coming back towards the house, and then we'll reconnect with our corner kind of out at the road there. So right now just pulling these posts because we're going to reuse them. They're good posts. We're just not going with this line anymore. So I got the farmer jack out. That 3 pulled already. 4 or 5 more to go. That's what we're doing. Alright, that looked pretty good. Much quicker than trying to wedge those out with a bar or something. Got us. We got 4, 5, 9 posts. Should be just about right. Finish off this run over here, not including wood posts. We gotta drill like 4 or 5 wood posts as well. Anyways, got those out. I'm gonna go kind of finish laying out. I got about half the T-posts already laying over there. I'm gonna go finish it off with these and kind of come up with my straight line.
So I joined in the fray. I was having to work this morning, but now I'm here. And I thought Luke was at the store, so I got in the house and just like relaxed for like 30 minutes. And he was like, Luke came in all sweaty. And he was like, I've been pounding T-posts, so I feel kind of bad. This is our property line. That's our neighbors. So he got all those in. We made the pen bigger than we thought, which is good. And then now we'll just head that way. like where the base of the T-post is, or? Okay, like kind of where the natural parting of the trees is. Okay, all right, so I got my mini chainsaw because I can't use a big one. I'm not strong enough. I'm gonna start clearing a little path through the trees here. It feels so good to finally be working on this. Like felt like every weekend something came up, but we didn't get a chance to work on it. It's just kind of how it goes. So happy we're getting a start on this finally. Oh, this is so fast. Oh no, it's long. This is very good. Straight-ish on through. Alright, well, the weather today has kind of been a bust. I ended up having my last wisdom tooth removed yesterday, and I'm doing very good. It wasn't very smooth. They let me keep the tooth. I'll show it to you later. It's kind of gross. But today we were gonna go fence. We got concrete finally to start putting in some corner posts in concrete, and then the weather turned it to shit. Pouring rain right now. Someone told me we're gonna have a really wet October, and I'm worried this is it. So I really hope the whole month isn't like this. So I don't know, we're gonna try to salvage today because we really need to get a video out. It's been 2 weeks, and so we're gonna try to just do something today. But that's not to say we haven't been productive in that time. Like Luke finished the loft and the stairs in our shop. I continued to get some stuff put away. Content creation's hard when you also work full-time. Well, this video has been just a hodgepodge of us trying to film our day-to-day when we have time. So I sent Luke out to the shop with the GoPro and told him he needed to film and talk about all the work that he'd put in there. Because we didn't really film it while we were building it. It's kind of hard.
We were supposed to be building fence today, but I don't know if you can hear that or not. It is pouring down rain, so we're basically relegated to being shut indoors. My wife wanted me to do an update on the stairs. They are finally finished. I did not record a lot of the process because I don't know how to make stairs. I googled it, I YouTubed it, I asked friends. I even bought a little pre-cut one from Home Depot to make a template out of, and I still couldn't figure it out. So I just basically built them phonetically. It was a long, arduous process, and they're still probably very wrong, but they work. So basically what I did is I just tacked this left stringer up to the 2x6, kind of got my angle that I wanted, cut the base flat with the floor, and then I went through and basically just made every angle by hand. That's not necessarily true. I did the first one. I was going to use the cutout piece as a template to do the second one, but I don't know, the rise or the run or one of the two was off. So I spent the time and I just used a level and the square. You got the second one done, and it was a little bit closer, not exactly what I wanted. So then it was close enough. So I used that one as a template and then just cut the rest of them. And it came out all right. I mean, it's the reason I couldn't use just the regular rise over run, whatever the standard is because obviously these are not compliant stairs. I only had a small space to work with. I wanted the stairs to stop kind of where the little attic or mezzanine stops. I didn't want them all the way out into my garage because I want to be able to use this for other stuff. So I needed them to terminate there. So that's obviously steeper than what they're supposed to be. So that wasn't going to work. Or it was just the regular rise over run equation, whatever the hell that is. I didn't get that far. Anyways, this is what I came up with. They work. They're solid. I basically just used old scrap lumber that I had laying around. You can see these are all just chunks of 2x6 and 2x4 that I had that I repurposed. Obviously, the stringers I had to buy because those are like, I think those were 2x12s. Needed 3 of those. Some of those little 2x6 braces on the side. I had a couple of those laying around. Had to buy one extra one. They're done. We just kind of come up to a little landing here. And just storage. All this is just storage for all of our junk. All this taking up space down there, and now it just takes up space up here. Eventually, I need to move these lights, so I'll probably remove this 2x4. I think I'm gonna put plug-ins up here instead of lights, and just get some shop lights that actually plug in. That's gonna be in the plan. This part was cut out, I think, for the chimney pipe. They still don't have a stove in here yet. But at some point, we'd like to get a stove back in here. But for now, it's fine. When we do get it, we'll recut a hole in there for that. Hotels. So yeah, you can kind of see how steep these stairs are. They're a little bit sketchy, but they fit in the space we had. And now we can get up and down from our storage space without having to use a ladder. So we still got, I gotta get it organized, but we'll still have some extra room up here to put more stuff. Which we do have more junk flying around. Oh, anyways, well, that's pretty much it. I just threw these braces on because this is not exactly ideal, but it didn't feel super sturdy, so I threw some braces on. Got a little bit of storage underneath, not much. Eventually, what's gonna happen is I think we're gonna frame this area in to make this its own little separate room that we can kind of keep temperature controlled without having to heat this whole space. It was a future project. Anyways, that's the stairs. Sorry to get more footage. It was kind of boring. It took me like a week to figure this all out. It took a while. And we're slowly freeing up space in the shop. Run, kiddies! Just remembered I've got like 8 bags of concrete in the back of my truck. Shit. Concrete's getting wet.
Oh no. We're running out of ideas, so we're running to Tractor Supply.
Actually, we're avoiding the things we know we need to do.
Exactly, we're running out of ideas of things we actually want to do. So, I'm going to get a T-post pounder. Right?
Yep, I think so. My hand's still recovered from using that other one.
Alright, so we're back. We picked up our T-post pounder, checked out the Idaho gun store, which is about exactly what I thought it was going to be. And the weather kind of broke, so I think we're going to go for it. So I'm going to change into another pair of overalls and try to get some concrete poured. Alright, I can't eat solid foods right now, so bone broth is my lunch. So we got our stuff. We're going to go, at least if we can get one concrete post in, I'll be happy. Guard the house, you two. I'll just meet you over there. Come on, Bandit. Come on. I love how the dog and the cats have used this enough that there's a little walking trail. So, someone told me that October is supposed to be very wet and rainy, and I really hope that's not true, because we have a lot of jobs and projects to do outside. So, there's our corner. Here's a T-post. Here's the rest of the T-posts, and over that direction is where the other corner is gonna be. How do we do that one?
Let's...
Mix it here and just drag it over.
Yeah, maybe I'll...
Down there. So we can't really drive to it. So we'll just mix it in our super high-tech mixer and then drag it over. So out of shape. Holy moly. This is potentially the last one because there's our post over there way off in the corner, and that was in when we bought the place. So the fence, like where my hand is going, and a little bit towards the western side of our pasture, the posts were in already. Now the thing we got to decide is where do we want to put the gate. Actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't think it... Oh, I might need to go help Luke get out. Oh yeah, he's fine. He's a big boy, he can get out. Back to the gate. It's actually one of the best videos we've ever put on YouTube was when we built the gate on our off-grid cabin. I don't know why that one did so well, but it did. But here, so eventually we will put in a nice metal swing gate. However, for right now, I think we're just gonna put in a cowboy gate. And a cowboy gate, if you've never heard of that, is basically just, you take your extra wire and you kind of build like a grid pattern. And then, it's hard to describe, but you put a loop off your solid fence and then you just take a piece of wood and the fence just kind of hooks under the wood through the loop. That's the best way I can describe it. And it's very easy to make. You don't have to buy anything. You just gotta go find a stick. Bandit, stay here. And that's a cowboy gate. I mean, you probably would have been okay.
Loop, loop.
So many helpers that don't do anything. Including me, if the internet had its way. I was like, including me according to the internet. If we're just gonna build a cowboy gate, we don't really need to put another big concrete post in. This is what they do. He'll chase one, and then he'll chase the other. 4 posts we just did? Yeah. Is that it, or do we have to do another one?
Well, if we wanted to do it right, this corner would have 2 more braces. That corner would have 2 braces. That corner would have 2 braces.
Are we going to?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. At least we got 4 corner posts in. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I mean, technically, if you T-posts, start stringing wire.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Almost had him that time, Bandit. Almost had him.
And okay, I think the day started out pretty crummy rain-wise. It actually ended up being a pretty beautiful evening. So I feel like we got something accomplished today. We got these posts in. And I think that's where we're gonna leave it. It's starting to get dark. We'll clean up here and head inside and make dinner. And so I think we will see you in the next one. Seeing scary headlines in the news and hearing stories of disaster is a sobering reminder that it doesn't hurt to plan for less than ideal times. I'm resolute that this will be the last year we don't grow some sort of harvest on our property. Getting to work together on projects reminds me that we're a team and we can handle anything that comes our way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.